No, there's one thing I keep forgetting to bring up, but I
Yeah.
feel like this should be brought up. It's a little bit of a tangent point, but it's related to what you're saying. You mentioned those three founders
Yeah.
of Apollo, so Black, Rowan, and Harris. Obviously, Harris has owned my Sixers for the last fucking 15 years, which is 14 and a half years too many. So please sell the team. But he is in these files, which is a bad look. And he knows Jeffrey Epstein, and he's meeting with him and met with him at his Manhattan townhouse and all that. The thing about Harris, I do have to give him, and maybe there's more of this story, and I won't have to give him anything, but he co-founded the company, and Leon Black was the CEO. He was always viewed as the heir apparent, like he would take over as CEO when Leon stepped aside. And obviously he became a billionaire in this process, Josh Harris, and it was his lifelong dream to run that company that he helped build and found. And after the Epstein stuff started coming out in 2019 internally at Apollo, he took a stand and told Leon Black, you got to fucking step down. This is bullshit. And as a result, was pushed out of the company, which he aspired and dreamed to always lead. And you don't hear that. I will give him that. You don't hear that from a lot of people that are anywhere around this guy or around this case actually taking some sort of moral stand where there's some line in the sand where they're like, this is bullshit, and losing something in the process. Not, he's got $8 billion to cry into, but still, like, is there more to that? Am I missing something there? Or is that effectively what you heard happened?
So I don't, did he use the Epstein news to bump off the king so he could be the king?
Possible.
Or did he use it because he was upset about it, right? Like, I don't know, but my problem here is, like, when they swear you in, they say, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, right? And this is where, like, we're failing on all fronts. Like, right now when people are getting grilled about this, whether in the media or in front of the congressional committee or whatever, the game is, can I catch you? And so you have to deflect and deflect. But, like, no. Like we're never going to get those. We're never going to paint this picture through these little dumb sparring matches the last 5 minutes. We need people. I need Josh Harris. To me, Josh Harris is a dirtbag unless he could just tell me what happened, make it make sense. And there are two things in the files that I think he needs to really explain. One is there was a multi-hour breakfast with Bill Gates at Jeffrey Epstein's house, after which Jeffrey Epstein emailed, did you have fun? Like, I don't like that. I don't like that
either.
Like, explain that, right? And there's an email with Jeffrey Epstein emailing Leon Black's assistant, Melanie Spinella, saying, I've been in touch with this lawyer and this banker to arrange, I forget the amount, but something like $2.4 million payment from Josh Harris to you.
Whoa, can we pull that up? 2.4 million?
It's some amount like that. It's more than $1 million. If you look up Melanie Spinella, you're going to get a lot of Josh. Yeah, there you go. It's an email from Epstein.
You want to just hit the search and then we'll scroll that way? I saw that was the breakfast one. Oh, because
it's not really.
Yeah. Shout out to the guys who built this, though.
It's amazing. Yeah.
It's unbelievable what they pulled off. So I'm not complaining. But when roughly, what year was that?
Hold on. It's on Troop. Let me find it really fast.
It's long after his conviction, obviously.
Let's see what we got here.
See, there I am giving credit to someone. Someone else I don't want to give credit to. Terrible owner. You found it, Dave? Can you just look up 2.4?
It's 2014, June 10th, 2014.
Okay. There it is. All right, so this is from your True Hoop Substack, which, by the way, we're going to have Henry's blog linked down below. Everyone go join. It's great. You're going to get all this information, and basically
walk around like young Julian.
Yes, basically the original 21 chapter report, and that is what it is effectively like a 400-page book. It's incredible.
It's quite a lot.
All right, so Melanie Spinella, Tuesday, June 10th, 2014. I remember where I was that day. That's crazy.
You do?
Do you
have one of those memories?
Yeah. I've asked Rich Joslin to follow up with Brad Oken on Josh Harris payment to you for $2.4 million. Oh, that's bad. Now, do you think that is it? Maybe I'm because I don't know much about what you mentioned, but the BRH thing, was he hired as an advisor for that? Because that's Black, Harris, and Rowan together for their personal
It
fund.
looks like he definitely had this like involved relationship with Leon Black, and Epstein did. And honestly, to Epstein's credit, like, while I think that the tax advisor explanation makes no sense at that price, but like from the files, I'm also impressed that like Epstein did a lot of tax work for Leon Black, like he really did, and maybe it was worth a lot. Doesn't mean that no one else could have done that for a fraction of the price, but and then it definitely looks like Epstein tried to get the other two partners in on the similar. He tried to get billionaires to sign over their stuff to him, right? He definitely did that. And to Josh Harris's credit, it looks like Epstein really pushed hard, and Harris, like, I mean, I think rebuffed him mostly, but there's still some emails that are a little. I mean, they went through a lot of emailing about things that might have been investments. It's hard to tell. So anyway, but I think it's this text is outside of any sense of like the rest of the chain.
Right.
Here. Like maybe it's an Epstein move to just have like this is going to sound speculative as hell because it is. But like, let's say Leon Black needed to pay her $2.4 million. Like, that's a bad bank record to have. You know what I mean?
Let's say Leon Black what? I missed the part of that.
But let's say for some reason Leon Black needed to up his assistant salary significantly. I don't know why. Like you can't have an Apollo Global check or a Leon. You know what I mean? Like maybe Epstein's the kind of guy who can facilitate. Like, hey, why don't we just have it come from Josh?
Thank you guys for watching the episode. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and smash that like button on the video. They're both a huge help. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram and X, those links are in my description below.